Hi, this is Scott for Johngy's Beat. We're here with Jacques Barron, Resistance Pro Wrestling. First of all, how's everything going so far with the promotion?
It's going great. The response has been great. Obviously when you're starting out new, there's a lot of people, a lot of animosity. We got a lot of publicity behind us, but I think what we're trying to do, the vision that we have as a company, as a goal, and bringing in fresh blood and giving it a proper mix and the storylines, I think people are starting to really grab onto it, and it's been fantastic so far. So.
Do you have plans to branch out in the future, move to some other cities, kind of try to move it around the Midwest a little bit? Are you going to stay planted in Chicago for a while?
We'd like to stay in Chicago. We'd like Chicago to understand that this is where we all came from and this is what we represent. Ideally, we'd like to branch out and do other areas, but we gotta make Chicago our home first. So that's why we're doing working with the Teamsters of Chicago, and we're moving there to a Teamster Hall in Teamster City, which is fantastic, so we're proud to be a part of that. Working with the unions in wrestling is usually a no-no, but we want to branch that together, and there's a lot of things in the works for that.
What got you guys, you and your brother, what got you and Gabe into this in the first place?
Our great-grandfather actually was a wrestler back in the days in France. He was a carnival wrestler, and he used to fight on the docks in France during World War II for money. And then he was also a resistance fighter, and they actually told him to leave France, and he migrated here to the U.S. And when we were growing up, we would sit as little kids, which is hard to imagine us little, but we used to sit as little kids on either side of his lazy boy and watch a little black and white TV and watch, Lucha Libre wrestling, and in Spanish on a black and white TV, 10-inch, and it was fantastic, So it's one of those things that's in your blood, So it never left us, and. We trained at Steel Domain with Danny Dominion and CM Punk and Colt Cabanas and the Jay Bradleys and, just a great group of people at the time. And we got out of it, and then when we had a chance to get back in as owners, we jumped at the opportunity because it never leaves you, and it should never leave you. A passion should never die.
Now, what was your original association with Billy Corgan? How did he come aboard?
I met Billy a couple years back at way back when at ECW shows, when they would run the Odeum, and knew he was a wrestling fan, which we respected immediately, and we're fans of the music. And then when we were with another company, we had a show fall through and needed somebody to jump in between and help us out. And my wife actually sent a message to him on Facebook, and he responded within an hour, and he wanted no pay. He just wanted to help out, which is unheard of in the world of wrestling. Everybody wants a payday. But he came through, and he helped us out, and we became friends ever since. And when we brought it to our partners with our old company, they didn't want to hear anything from him. They said, we wouldn't tell him how to write a song. We don't want him to tell us about wrestling, which was an insult, And he's been just absolutely the driving force behind this company, and he's got albums, writing books, and T-shot. I mean, he does everything. His hand's in everywhere because he doesn't stop thinking. And for him to do what he's doing for the boys and for us is fantastic. We're proud to have him.
How has the feedback been from, say, the mainstream as compared to, you got a lot of great indie fans here, guys who really support this Resistance Pro Wrestling. What kind of feedback are you getting from some of the regular wrestling fans? Are they starting to buy into it?
Now they are. I think at first they thought it was a gimmick, and wrestling fans have become so jaded over the years with so much bad independent wrestling, and now the term mark and smart mark has become so common. And I think it's a negative term that's used, but I understand that it's very easy to sit behind a computer and to say, this sucks, that sucks, and I would do it differently. And I understand everybody's got a vision of how they would do it. And what we're doing may not be what they would see it as, but it's one of those things that, as a wrestling fan, I think they're starting to understand the vision. It's going to take time. It takes time. You can't first show have your story ready, so...
Robert Anthony stepping in to have a little word. We'll wrap it up then. Just briefly, we want to plug the next show, and you want to plug the website. Go hit it for us right now.
www.resistancepro.com, and also our next show is May 11th at Teamster City here in Chicago.
And that'll be with the main event, Harry Smith against Rhino in the cage?
Yes, it is.
You're not going to want to miss that.
And Raven's the special ref, so...
I'm going to be there.
And there you go, Robert Anthony. That's the one you really don't want to miss.
Yeah, I won't be in the cage, though, but I'll be there.
That's a smart move.
Despite all your rage, you won't be in that cage.
I will not be in the rage or the cage.
They won't.
Someone will get hurt. Someone will get punched in the face, and it will be on Resistance Pro Wrestling. Right?
That was good.
All right, I'm going to go.
Jacques Barron, Robert Anthony, thank you so much.